Hello, creative friends. Happy to be here the 1st of December. This is Creative Juice by Lonnie. That's me. And I just want to remind you that the best gifts you can give during this Christmas gifting season is being present with your family, sharing your testimony of Jesus Christ, and finally, a gift of your own creation. So if you have time to make something, that's wonderful. If not, go ahead and just be present and enjoy the holidays. Now, I am going to show you a fun gift you could make if you would like to. And this is a gift that could be used for not just for Christmas, it would be also wonderful for anniversaries or a birthday. And let's get us put together so you can see our card. This is our gift card folio. This actually was inspired by one of my cousins who had reached out and had seen something on Instagram. So I said, "Oh, sure, I could make one like that." So we came up with this one. It has a little belly band. I'm going to show you some different colors today that I'm going to make it out of. But you take this belly band off and you open this up, and it's easier with two hands than it is with one hand. You'd put your gift cards on each. You'd have 5 different gift cards and put them on here. And this is a waterfall card that opens up like that. By the way, it says "Merry Christmas to you" when you pull it out. And you can push it back in. There you go. That is what we're going to make today. But I wanted to show you that before we get started. Hello, Elaine. Glad to see somebody here live. It's always funner to imagine my stamping friends here or know that they're here and know who I'm talking to. So that's what we're going to make today. I wanted to show you that before I gave a few little quick announcements. Starting today, if you are interested in a monthly crafting kit, ours is the best crafting kit on the market called Paper Pumpkin. And we have a sale going on from December 1st through 9th where you can prepay for a 3, 6, or 12-month prepaid subscription. Usually the regular price for a 3-month prepaid subscription is $81 and you get it for $61. Or a 6-month usually is $162 and you get it for $122. And the 12-month, usually $324, is $244. So it's a great savings on a monthly craft kit that is delivered to your mailbox. And it also makes a great gift. For $61, your recipient would receive one in December, one in January, and one in February. So lots of awesome things. This is a sale only available until the 9th. If you are, hello, there's Anne too. I'm so glad you're here, Anne. 2 of my wonderful teammates and friends. So if you are interested in a great sale, the information can be found on my Facebook page today at Creative Juice by Lonnie with a link that is in the comments, or it will be later today on my website, creativejuicebylonnie.com, along with the instructions for today's project. Also, heads up, tomorrow starts the product of the month. So this is a new replacement for our celebration that we used to have in January and February. Now we have a product of the month. So starting in December, you'll be able to choose, starting on December 2nd, I should say, with a $75 order or more, then you can choose a product of the month for, I believe I want to say $7, but suddenly my mind, let's see, maybe it'll tell us right here. It doesn't say, but I think it's, $5. It's only $5. I'll get it right. For $5, you can choose the product of the month if you've if you've had a $75 order. Our first product of the month is a set of 12 by 12 true blue florals of designer series paper that will be fabulous. So that begins tomorrow. All right, let's get started. For the one that I'm using today, I love using up all my designer series paper, and I'm going to use the Modern Christmas designer series paper as we did last month for one of our cards. I love this paper. It's a black and white and gold. a little different colors for Christmas, but you could sponge green or red on here if you wanted to add a little bit of color to these black and white designs. But I just love the classic look of these black and white designs. If you want to craft along with me, grab a piece of 12 by 12 paper, cardstock rather, 12 by 12 cardstock. And I do recommend that you use our regular weight cardstock, not the two-toned cardstock, which is a little lighter weight of cardstock. I have a piece of black cardstock, basic black cardstock, and you will need a Stampin' trimmer. So let's begin. We're going to cut off 3 inches, making this a 9 by 12. So we'll cut off our 3 inches on one side. Then I'm going to turn it, and I'm actually going to shave off, I should say, because we're only going to shave off 1/8 of an inch, making it 11 7/8. Making sure I get to the right one. There we go. 11 7/8 by 9 inches. Okay, we're going to do a little scoring, just 2 simple scorings. So make sure you're using the light blade. The dark blade is for cutting, light blade is for scoring. We want to score this at 8 inches and 4 inches. There we go. Oh, don't put away your trimmer yet. So we've got our folio, and when you fold this, I'll set this aside a bit. When you fold this, use your bone folder if you've got one to make nice crisp folds. You will find that you have one side that's just slightly smaller than the other side that fits inside, and then the full 4-inch goes all the way across. And actually, when we put it together, I like it to open like this. So it's just basically a trifold. But this is the shorter side. The 3 7/8 inches goes in, and then the 4-inch goes over, and it reaches all the way across the card. Okay, bring back your 3-inch piece that you cut off originally, and we're going to do a little more scoring. Very simple scoring at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So using our scoring blade, 1, 2, 3, and this of course is along this long edge, from the long edge, 4 and 5. So these 2 main pieces of our folio are made from one piece of cardstock. You're going to fold all these the same direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How come it looks like my camera is wilting. That's the word we're going to use. It's wilting. Okay, hopefully that gives you a little better view. We'll see. Okay, so this is basically all of your folds are like this. I know that sometimes black is hard to see, but it's just such a striking way. So you can kind of see there's all of your little folds. You will also need a separate piece that does not come from the 12 by 12 piece of paper, a 6-inch by 1.5 inch piece of black cardstock. I like it to be the same color. And I scored this one at 1 and 4 7/8. So just slightly smaller than 4 inches across. And this is going to be the mechanism that we are going to attach our waterfall card to this middle of our card, like this. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside just for a moment. We're going to do a little bit of embossing, because if you want to do anything on the pull-out tag, now is the time to stamp it. I'm going to create this kind of as a tag looking, so it pulls out from the bottom. So I'm going to cut off one corner, and the tip here is to take that corner, flip it around so that the long edge lines up with the long edge on the other corner. Oops, sorry. And then you'll have a perfect little tag. Follow that line, and you'll have a perfect little 2 corners perfectly aligned like this. I will use my hole punch. This is one from a pack of three different little hole punches. And that gives us a place to put a ribbon. Now I'll go quickly do a little bit of embossing. Now I would have done this ahead of time, but I had to cut this piece of paper first. So here we go. We're going to start with the one that's going to be lowest, and you want, it does poke out a little bit underneath the sections for your gift cards. So I'm going to go up about an inch and a half, and I am stamping with my Versamark, and it says Merry Christmas to you. This one says Merry. I started at the bottom. To you, Christmas Merry. Because it's a little easier to see as I'm working away from myself how that works. Oh, I was going to, well, did do that, so I will just keep moving. Sometimes you remember something you were going to do and then say, oh yes. So we'll cover that with our gold embossing powder. Looks pretty good, except for right in the middle of the M. I can see a little spot that caught some of our gold embossing powder. Okay, set that off to the side, and we will heat it up so that it shows up beautifully. How is are you mailing handmade Christmas cards? Have you made anything with your stamps for Christmas? I would love to hear what you're making. Tell us all what it is that you're creating for Christmas. Aha, there comes the magic. By the way, you should be getting your Christmas cards in the mail in the next 10 days. If you've already got them in the mail, give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so there is our beautiful Merry Christmas. It matches our gold and black and white theme. Let's begin to assemble our card. You're going to take this little piece that we had done previously. You can use the scored piece here to kind of eyeball where you want this to be. I can see that I want it to be about right here. I want to have room on the bottom to add my ribbon. So here's the edge of the piece that they're going to pull, and a little bit of room at the top. So about right here is where I'm going to add the strip on either side. So I'll use a little bit of tear and tape. On the back side of each of these. I hope that makes sense. We're just going to adhere this to either flap, both sides here, and I want it to be about, I think we decided right here. What I want is, I'm going to put some tear and tape at the bottom of this piece right here and do it halfway. So that's what you're gauging. So this is maybe about a third of the way up. There we go. So I'm just going to remove, let's use this for a second. My take your pick tool to get the edges off. Makes it very simple. All right, so I'm going to do that just inside the fold there. Same on this side. Just like right there. The only thing that we're going to attach to this strip across the center, we want to tuck that tag behind there like this. So you're tucking the tag back underneath, comes underneath the strip that goes across. And we're going to add a piece of tear and tape, or you could use liquid glue if you are patient enough to wait till it dries well. I'm just going to put a little strip of tear and tape on the very, very edge. We're going to adhere that. You want to go to you'll fold it over at the very last score line like this and adhere it so that it's lined up between both sides right here in the center. Okay, that will give us our waterfall piece that holds each of the gift cards in place. Elaine, okay, Anne says she's mailing a whole stack of Christmas cards, and so is Elaine. Love that. It's kind of become less of a thing to mail Christmas cards, but I still love it. And even more so, I love it when there's some information about what has happened during the year. Do you include pictures in your cards, because that also makes me so happy. I love seeing the faces of the people that I love in those Christmas cards and hearing what they've done, even if it's just a little bit of something throughout the year. I love that. Oh, let me just, got the wrong picture here. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is 2 sets of 8 3/4 by 3 3/4 designer series paper. So I've chosen this one. Now you could do a whole sheet like this, or you could do a sheet and cut it in half and flip it over. So you've got 2 sections like this. And then you will also need 2 8 3/4 by 3 5/8. This is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than this one, because remember, one of our sides is thinner, is 7/8 of an inch thinner. So that's why we need that. I got something underneath here. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to actually put these, I think I'm going to put these half ones on the front. Let's see if we can find it. Make sure I get the right one. So this is our larger size, and this is my smaller size, and we're just going to cover, this covers up this, the ends of our strip that goes across the center as well. So, I thought I had, oh, I do, it's underneath a tag. I see it. We're going to just adhere these right on either side. This actually is a very, I made, once I came up with the pattern, I made 4 of these very quickly because my cousin asked for 5 of these, and this will be the last ones. She is, it would be a fun thing to add, like gift cards. You could do a movie gift card, a dinner gift card, a dessert gift card, maybe a gas gift card to get to the movie. So find a theme and use gift cards that support that theme. Okay, so we're just putting these on both sides. You know what might help you right here? And I took away my, let me do this so that you can kind of see a little better what I'm doing. So here you go. Here's our section, and this is the middle piece right here that you can hardly see, but I'm going to pull it. You'll be able to see this really well in just a moment. And when you pull it, it goes like this. I can't know if you can. Ooh, I'll get it. Okay, so we've got that section. Let's do the same for the front of our card. Just making sure that that kind of folds over nicely. You may need to do a little burnishing there to make sure that this piece works out okay. Okay, let's do the same for the front of our card. This is my thin side. This side is the 8 3/4 by 3 5/8. So I've just taken 2 pieces and then chopped them in about a third, because I want the front to have a little something, something there extra. I love the fa la 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 that's on the back of this pattern. I think the script is just so pretty, very modern and nice. I have just a 1/2 inch strip of gold foil paper just to kind of add a bit more fa la la, a little more fa to our la. And then this will be the front side here. So this one is 8 3/4 by 3 3/4. Well, if it was a whole sheet, it would be. So we'll do that. Can you think of a theme and a bunch of gift cards that we could put in here? I thought of the movie one. We have a new hot springs here in southern Utah called Zion Hot Springs. So you could do a gift to go to the hot springs and dinner, maybe a massage, a pampering package. What else would you do? Some Ever skincare. That's my other business. Of course you have to say that. All right. So we've got our front and our insides decorated. The only thing we need now are the pieces for our gift cards and a belly band. This is what you need is 5 pieces of 2.5 by 3 3/4. These are the pieces that will hold your gift cards. I'll put that over here so you can see that for a minute. All of these measurements, by the way, will be on my Creative Juice by Lonnie website later today, so you don't need to worry about writing them down. They'll be there. Okay, so this time we're going to add our tear and tape, and I'm going to use the tear and tape because you'll be able to see it better. You could also use Seal Plus if you have Seal Plus, and you're going to do it towards the top section of each of those scored sections of your tab. So there's one at the top of that one towards the top. This is the score line, and it's just under the score line. 2, 3. Remember we scored it at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There you go. So this is the last one, 5, and then it's attached right here to the cross section. And I did black and white here, so I'm going to start at the bottom. We're going to start at the bottom. So we'll take our white one right here. You want to make sure that this piece, there we go, lines up with the score line right above it, and then in between the place where you're going to fold it like this. Okay, so here we've got number 1. I'll do a black one next. We'll just kind of alternate. I line up the edges here too. That lines up with the next score line, the 2-inch score line. This one will line up at the top at the 3-inch score line. And this one will line up at the 4-inch score line. You get it. You get the idea right here. I'm just making sure that they all line up. And then 4. You could do a message on each of these. If you don't want to send a card, you could write a message or gift card. You could write messages, photos. Wouldn't this be a cute photo album? Oh my gosh, I just thought of that. How fun would that be to put little photos that somebody could just be pulling on it. Okay, so now right down here you can see, I hope you can see, there is just a little place where our tab pulls out. Now let me show you what happens when you pull blah, 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 blah. Uh-oh, there we go. Ta-da-da-da, down to the very last one. So we need to add and when you pull it out, then of course you can see the Merry Christmas right there. Merry Christmas to you. So we'll put our little piece of ribbon in from the front through the hole. Thread the 2 ends. Oh, they're just being fussy. This is a 6-inch piece of ribbon, by the way. Of course, it had to have a little bit of gold on it. So there we go. Now you can see that just makes you want to pull it. There's our fun waterfall card. And you could embellish. Let me show you this one that I did. I did embellish these with little strips, leftover strips of designer series paper so that you have some fun decoration for each of those sections as well. All right, we're almost done. So fast, it's really a fast and easy project. So you're going to fold over the 3 7/8 side first, then fold over the 4-inch side. We have a 9.5-inch by 1.5-inch belly band. This is also a piece of gold, or gold foil sheets. I did cut out a banner, a label from the Traditional Labels dies, and I'm going to use the Traditional Labels stamp set. You could use the Coordinating Modern Christmas stamp set and create a focal point for your belly band. But let me show you. We're going to do this, and I like to keep my belly band, the ends of my belly band in the front because I can cover it up with this label that I'm going to put on it. So you're going to put it on the front, wrap it around the back. Don't pull it too tight, but wrap it around so that it's semi-secure, but it can still slide up and down. Then we'll add a little bit more, let's see, where is that? Right there, of our tear and tape to secure the belly band. Did I get enough? Did I make it? Ooh, that was almost perfect. Okay, I set down my take your pick tool, and now I'm like, where is it? Probably, oh, yep, right here. Stuck right there. Make sure that, okay, so your belly band is going to go around the center like this. We'll add this little focal point with some black Stampin' Dimensionals. You want to put them so that they don't hang off the edge of this belly band. I know it's about 1.5 inches, so I know I can put them together about that closely. And that also helps to secure that belly band and cover up your seam. So on the back, it's just all one beautiful seam. And it slides off like this. Let us stamp our sentiment in black. Season's greetings. That's what we're going to stamp on here. Make sure it's nice and inky. Love it, love it. We're just about done. This is the final touch. How did you like that project today? Have you made a waterfall card before? This is a waterfall folio, but you may have made a waterfall. Hi, Donna. Good to see you, and Carlene. Yep, you can watch the replay. I'm glad you made it and came to play and see. All right, so there is our finished folio. So you'd slide that off, open it up, put your gift cards or your pictures. We decided that would be fun. And then you can just slide that. Isn't that fun? You have to have do have to have the sound effects though. The sound effects are definitely required, but it really is a pretty simple project once you've just kind of broken it down. When you close this, you kind of want to have to fold it so that it doesn't get any of the edges. So that's why I use the heavyweight cardstock. But there is the gift card folio. Thank you. Carlene says it's very beautiful. And Elaine says it looks very easy. It is very easy. Thank you. I was just trying to say, can I do that? Let's see. There you go. So yeah, there you go. Very beautiful. So see, now we can show it. All right, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a fun project. I've made a bunch of them. Let's see, in different varying shapes and sizes and styles. Once you've done one, it's like, oh yeah, I can do that. So, you know, have fun. Here's another version. This one I used up some of the Season of the Green and Gold Designer Series paper that I had left over from last year. Anything with gold catches my eye. I love gold. I also only wear gold. Don't wear silver. Tried that for a while. Didn't love it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you liked it. Thanks, Anne, and thanks, Elaine, Carlene, and Donna for being here live. And if you're watching on replay, thank you for watching on the replay and sharing this with your crafty friends or making this for the people that you love, whether it's for this season or for, like I said, an anniversary, a birthday, anything that you want to kind of do something fantastic for, personalized for. This would be wonderful. So, all right. I know, gold. Carlene's a gold person as well, she says. Again, I will see you next month at the beginning of next year. I won't see you live on our live crafting until the first Monday in January here on Creative Juice by Lonnie. Mark your calendars. It will be at the same time, same place, 12:30 p.m. on Creative Juice by Lonnie YouTube or Facebook. You can find me both places, and in fact, you may want to follow my YouTube channel because Facebook does take down live videos after a certain time. So it's always available on YouTube. So check that out. You can find that You can also find me on creativejuicebylani.com. I even have a section at the top that you can, it's called the gallery, or Creative Juice Gallery, where you can just scroll through the pictures of my projects and click on it, click on the picture to find the instructions or more details about that project when you need to find it. So thanks again, you guys. It's great to see you. Merry Christmas. And remember, be present and share your testimony of Jesus Christ and make something with your hands. But really, enjoy the season. Don't make it stressful. That's not what this season is for. We're going to put a little Christ back into Christmas and handmade hands into handmade. All right, talk to you later. See you in January. Merry Christmas.